Imagine that a single moment from your childhood, perhaps so brief you don't even remember it, created the blueprint for every significant relationship you've had since. That split second when your mother was too exhausted to respond to your cries. That Sunday afternoon when your father's eyes lit up with pride at your achievement. Those seemingly insignificant moments, they've been quietly directing your love life all along. We've all wondered why we keep finding ourselves in the same relationship patterns, the partner who never fully commits, the arguments that follow that familiar, painful script, the way certain words can send us spiraling into emotional reactions that seem vastly out of proportion. What if I told you these aren't random coincidences or simply bad luck in love? They're echoes from your earliest experiences of connection. Let's explore what psychologists call our attachment blueprint, the invisible force that shapes how we love as adults. Think about that scene in Good Will Hunting, where Robin Williams tells Matt Damon, "It's not your fault," over and over until he breaks down sobbing. His character whispers these words with such gentle insistence. That moment captures perfectly how childhood wounds create adult barriers to intimacy. We see a brilliant young man who pushes away connection because he learned early that attachment means eventual abandonment and pain. Your earliest relationships weren't just your first connections. They were dress rehearsals for all future relationships. Your infant brain was taking detailed notes, creating a guidebook titled How Relationships Work, long before you could even speak. I have a friend who described her childhood home as emotionally unpredictable. She never knew which version of her mother she'd get from day to day. She told me this with a nervous laugh, eyes darting around the room. Now, as an adult, she finds herself constantly checking her partner's facial expressions, analyzing text messages, seeking reassurance that everything is okay. "I hate that I need so much validation," she confessed, "but I can't seem to trust that someone will just stay." This brings us to the three primary ways our childhood experiences shape our adult relationship styles. First, there's secure attachment. Picture a child who cries, and a caregiver consistently responds with comfort. This child learns, "My needs matter. I am worthy of attention. The world is generally safe." In the film Parenthood, we see Steve Martin's character rushing to be there for his son's every baseball game and emotional need. This consistency creates children who become adults who can give and receive love freely without excessive fear or guardedness. Then there's anxious attachment. Imagine a child whose caregiver is sometimes there, sometimes not. Maybe they're loving when in a good mood, but distant when stressed. This unpredictability teaches love is unreliable. I need to work hard to keep people close. Think of Jennifer Lawrence's character in Silver Linings Playbook, constantly pursuing, worrying, needing reassurance that she won't be abandoned. And finally, avoidant attachment. This develops when caregivers consistently dismiss emotions or prioritize independence. These children learn, "My needs overwhelm others. It's better to rely on myself." We see this brilliantly portrayed in Ryan Gosling's character in Drive, a man who cares deeply but maintains emotional distance, reluctant to fully let anyone in. Can you feel which one resonates most with you? Notice what happens in your body as you consider these patterns. Maybe a tightness in your chest when thinking about anxious attachment, or a familiar sense of pride when considering self-reliance. These patterns become most visible during moments of relationship conflict. Imagine a simple scenario. Your partner is late coming home and hasn't called. The securely attached person thinks they must be caught up with something. I'm sure there's a good reason. They feel mild concern but can regulate their emotions while waiting for an explanation. The anxiously attached person spirals. They're pulling away. Maybe they met someone else. What did I do wrong? Their heart races as they send multiple texts, each with an increasing sense of panic. The avoidantly attached person thinks, "This is why I don't depend on people. I didn't need them anyway." They might feel abandoned but quickly suppress it, busying themselves with work or hobbies, acting as if they barely noticed the lateness. We see these dynamics play out beautifully in films like Marriage Story, where Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson's characters navigate their conflict through the lens of their different attachment styles, their arguments following the scripts written decades earlier in each of their childhoods. Now, for the truly hopeful part, what therapists call earned, secure attachment. Your childhood may have written the first draft of your love story, but you hold the pen now. That's the beautiful truth that research has confirmed. With awareness and intention, you can revise those early patterns. Remember in The Pursuit of Happiness when Will Smith's character promises his son, "I will never leave you." And unlike what happened in his own childhood, he keeps that promise through impossible circumstances. That's earned security in action. It's choosing to break the cycle. Through understanding our patterns, we can begin to heal those original wounds. We can learn to love and be loved in healthier ways, regardless of how we were first taught to connect. Let me share a powerful exercise called attachment mapping that can help you begin this journey. Find a quiet moment and close your eyes. Recall your earliest memory of feeling either completely safe or notably unsafe with a caregiver. Notice not just the memory, but the physical sensations that arise with it. The warmth of being held, perhaps, or the hollow feeling in your stomach when left alone. Now think of your most recent relationship conflict. How did your body respond? Was there a familiar sensation? That connection point where past meets present? Is your attachment wound speaking? Write down what you discover. What does the child in you still believe about love? What promises did you make to yourself back then about how to stay safe in relationships? This awareness is the first step toward healing. Each time you notice yourself reacting from that old blueprint, pause, remind yourself, this is an old pattern. I can choose differently now. The most beautiful landscapes of love often remain hidden beneath the surface of our conscious awareness. That childhood moment, perhaps so fleeting you can't even recall it, continues to shape how you give and receive love today. But with gentle curiosity and compassion for yourself, you can begin to create new patterns. If today's exploration resonated with you, I'd love to hear which attachment style feels most familiar in your life. Share your insights in the comments below and consider subscribing to join our community of people exploring the deeper currents of human connection. Thank you for journeying with me today. Remember, the most beautiful landscapes are often hidden beneath the surface. Keep exploring.